Going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here with a test number 2 Boxing Day test match between the Aussies and Pakistan. Australia officially go 2-0 up, win the series. In no surprise that this, would be 2-0, but a really competitive and a very good test match in the end that went down to the wire. And if you were watching it, you would have been thoroughly enjoyed, especially on that last day of day 4. So hey, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and comment down below all of your thoughts on this game. Who impressed you? Who let you down? The usual stuff. Let's get into it. Of course, I didn't do daily reviews for this one, but we are here with a full review for it. So let's get into it. Should be, it's not going to be that long of a video. Just want to discuss it and how much I love the player of the match. Let's get into it. Patrick Cummins, this guy, how many times can he pull? I'm going to say it again. Patrick Cummins. That's his fucking name. Don't forget it. This is the skipper of the team, and this is his role. This is what people just expect now, but how many times has this man had to pull Australia out of the absolute deepest and murkiest waters? Pakistan were looking like they were going to not cruise home, but they were going to win this test match. They were only 5 down. The total was just under 100. Rizwan was out there. I think it was Salman who was out there as well, and it was actually looking like a really good situation for Pakistan. And then some DRS drama, supposedly, ended the game with some terrific bowling, which should be spoken about. Player of the match, I've already said his name. Patrick Cummins, 5 for 48 and 5 for 49. Takes a 10 for, and he's just the guy. He is just so bloody good. And to think that this guy, when he was announced as captain, so many former Australian cricketers, the media, the public, so many people were against it. They didn't get it. I just backed this man in from the very get-go, gave him my trust, gave him my soul and my heart, and he's done nothing but look after it, and I fucking love him. This is what you want from a skipper of your nation, to lead from the front and change the game style. So many people were unsure if he would be a tactically good captain or, from a leadership or a motivational point. I think you can put all that to bed now. I think we've done that, 6 months ago after we retained the Ashes and then the WTC final and then the ODI World Cup final. But if that wasn't enough, hopefully this was. Maybe not. I'm sure there will still be haters, but just phenomenal. And the way that, the game was, we needed a breakthrough, and then Cummins took it. He just started bowling really short to the tail enders as well and bounced him out. And it was just a superb game plan from him. All right, we're going to touch on the first few innings, not that much, just the highlights. Of course, David Warner and Uzi, okay. Marnus, 63. I've seen a lot of people talking about Marnus should be dropped. That's the most rubbish crap I've ever heard. Steve Smith, I've also heard people saying he should be dropped. I don't ever want to hear that shit again. 26, whatever. Head, not to be. He did get a ripper in the second innings. Mitchell Marsh, 41. So, look, decent, of course. A lot of wickets to everyone for Pakistan in that first innings. Then they went into bat here. Did quite well. A 62 from Shafiq. Shan Masood has been pretty good as a captain. There's definitely been chances where he kind of throws his wicket away and should be going on with it, but he does look quite solid. And I believe he's the first Pakistan captain in Australia to score back-to-back 50s since Imran Khan or something like that, which is, of course, an amazing effort because that's a long time since he was playing. Baba got a beauty from Pat Cummins as usual. He's leaving too big of a gap. Anyway, Rizwan, 42. Jamal, 33 not out. So that was really it amongst it. Of course, the fifer for Camo and the fourfer for Gaz. Into the Aussie second innings, a 262 all out, which was expecting to be too much. You think if Pakistan, if they take their chances in the field early, they probably win this test match, which is such a crazy thing to think. Of course, Mitch Marsh was dropped early. There was an early drop of Warner, I think, as well. I think Smith was dropped as well. Marnus might have been dropped. I think the whole fucking 11 was dropped. Shout out to Abdul Shafiq for dropping all those catches. Uzi was gone for a duck. Warner for 6. Labuschagne for 4. Smith was solid with one of the... Look, if you're not a fan of Test cricket, you would have hated this innings. 50 off 176. very Rahul Dravid-like. The Wall Jr. right there. Travis Head got one of the all-time deliveries from Mir Hamza. If you haven't seen the replay, go look up the highlight. It is one of my favourite deliveries of this year. Travis Head got a beauty. He was gone for a golden egg. Mitchell Marsh with an amazing 96, of course, did fall short again. But when we needed someone to stand up in this middle order and put on another 70-80 run partnership, he did. And he's been bloody superb. 96, Carey was great. Stark, tail end, all of that stuff. So into the bowlers, Hafridi and Mir Hamza were terrific. And a lot of people obviously coming into this series were thinking this is going to be a really quick Pakistan attack. Afridi, Naseem Shah, Haris Rauf, and then of course injuries to Shah, and then Rauf didn't want to play, so they lost two of their better bowlers. And then it was kind of like Afridi surrounded by these guys who haven't really played that much or were playing their debut series, like Ahmad Jamal. They also had a guy called Shahzad, I believe his name was, in the first test match. He was really good. Mir Hamza. Like, they've all been really, really impressive, these up-and-coming new bowlers. So I think Pakistan actually have something to be really proud of, and Afridi has definitely turned it on in this game. And Hassan Ali, look, none for 53 off 17, but at least he dances with the crowd. So that's pretty cool. All right, into the match-winning innings. Not for Pakistan, for the Australian bowlers. So into the Pakistan batting. Plenty to talk about in this second innings. Let's get into it. Abdullah Shafiq, he's gone for 4. Big wicket. Imam, not having a great series. 12. Masood was good again. He's really energetic. He loves to get on the front foot. He loves to try and put it to the rope early. He loves to put pressure back on the bowlers, which looks really good when it works, but sometimes obviously doesn't always work out, does it? He tries to play like a Travis Head sort of role, but batting at 3. So yeah, interesting. Babar Azam, he was actually looking pretty solid until he got another absolute gem of a delivery from the big fella, Hoff Hazelwood. I mean, I'm going to be honest, Babar, like, don't get me wrong, he's not having a good series, but he has got some genuine nuts. Like, not hit his own, but like the bowling. He's got some absolute Jaffa nuts, all the good words, perler, whatever other words you can find to describe a good delivery, all of that good shit. He was gone again. He's getting a little bit unlucky. Sword Shakil, 24. And now into some controversy. Of course, if you don't follow much cricket news, unless it's your own country, Rizwan and Salman Agha were going to take this game away. They were going to win it for Pakistan. They were going to do some historical stuff. And then Pat Cummins flicked the man Rizwan on the wristband, went out. The umpire said not out. We reviewed it. It clearly hit the man on the wristband. He was saying it hit him on his fucking forearm or elbow. Like, huh? Mate, we saw it with our 2 eyes, mate. We know you're talking shit. The Snicko showed it. The hotspot showed it. All the angles pretty much showed it, except for one where you actually couldn't see anything. So, pretty conclusive. Overturned it. He was not happy. And that was it. And of course, Mohammad Hafiz, who I think is their coach or some shit like that, came out in the news after it in the press conference and said, this is putting a dampener, or it's putting a shame on our beautiful game. It's like, no, this is literally what the DRS is here for, mate, to overrule this dumb shit that happens, because we deserve that wicket because it was out. And that's why we've reviewed it. I tell you what, if that was on the other foot and Pakistan were bowling and that was not given out, and then they reviewed it and then it was not given out by the review, they would have said what a cheat we are. They would have said the DRS is wrong. This is what it's here for. But when it's the other way around, it's a bit different. But anyway, cry more, sandpaper, I've heard it all. Anyways, whatever. Agha, he was really, really good. Then fell right at the end for 50. Rizwan, of course, was pretty solid. Jamal gone, caught and bowled. Just a lot of short stuff late. Afridi gone. Mitchell Stark gets Mir Hamza and Hassan Ali. So, Australia win by 79 runs. So much closer than it should have been. Like, look at this. They were going so well. They were 5 for 219 until that Rizwan wicket. They probably should have won. If they take their catches of Mitch Marsh early, they win this game, hands down. So they should feel like they've let one slip here, Pakistan. Mitchell Stark, awesome, beautiful, sexy, 4 for 55. Hoff Hazelwood, 1 for 34. Gaza did not bowl that well, actually. They really liked the spin, none for 84. Sir Patrick Mann. Oh, I got no more words for you. I've just been dreaming about you all night. 5 for 49 off 18. And Mitchell Bison Marsh rolling the arm over for 2 overs. So that will cap us off. Australia win the series 2-0. And we will just talk about the next match, hey? Why not? So the third match will be in the new year of 2024. Australia v Pakistan. Where the hell even is this? Is this SCG? Okay, so that's pretty boring. It'll probably... If I tell you what, I'm going to make a prediction right now. If it rains... Well, no, my prediction is that it will rain. It's in Sydney. It's definitely going to rain for at least 2 to 3 of the days and ruin the test match because that is what Sydney does. But hey, I hope we all enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Leave me all of your thoughts on this series so far down in the comments. Fingers crossed we see Scott Boland for the third match. And I'll see everyone in the next one.